Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a treat. We have the Airfix 1/48 scale Westland Lynx AH-7. This was bought at the weekend and we got a good deal on this one. We got it for £25 at the Paul Viking show. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the box, really cool box art. As I said, it's on 1/48 scale. Looks like we've got three different schemes that we can build. On the underside, you've got a little bit about the Westland Lynx and what it was used for. So have a good read of that one. It has cartograph decal kits. The price there was not the price I paid for it, so yeah, we're really happy with that. So as I said, three schemes, all different ones. I think I'm going to go for the tiger stripes on the tail. That looks pretty cool. And again, it tells you what colours they need. And this one is a flying hours of 4 for the Airfix Club. On the back of the box, you have all about the Airfix Flying Club. And all the details are there. So if you'd like to have a pause and read of that, that'd be cool. And on the bottom you have a few little warnings in all different languages. As I said, there's your passport for your flying hours. Into the box we have got the scheme sheets. We'll take them out, a little bit more about their flying club. And we have one bag of sprues, and I think there is 4 sprues altogether. So as I said, this is the first of 3 schemes that you can use. I'm not really a great lover of the camo, but we are going to do this one. Now this is really taking my fancy. I really like the black and yellow on the tail. It's the tiger stripes. It doesn't come as a decal, so it'll all be airbrushed, and it also gives you where certain things for the decals need to go as well. There is a full decal sheet as well. Also tells you what your decals are for your ammunition and weaponry. So that is the second one. Here's your decal sheet. So the decals are split into whichever scheme you want to do. This is the scheme I'm going to be doing, and then you've got all the other decals that are standard to all 3 schemes. I quite like the decals for the propellers, but I may just mask them and spray them myself. So yeah, looking good with the decals. Cartograph always do some good details. So now we're on to our drawings. It gives you a little bit more information in English, French, German, Dutch, all sorts of languages, and it does again on the inside page. So as we scroll through the pages, it comes to the bottom and it will tell you all your different symbols and what they mean. And we go on to page 1. So the first page is depending on what way you want your scheme, or which scheme you want. It depends on what way your seating is laid out in the rear of the cockpit cabin. And then this is all basically to pre-assemble all of your cockpit in the interior. Page 3 now, this shows you a few more bits of the inner walls to the helicopter. And we have the next page is crucial. So this bit depends on whether you want to have your rotor blades in or out. If you want the rotor blade holders, you need to drill some holes before you stick it together. So as we see, we're going through doing all the interior cockpit again. The first 4 or 5 pages are just for the interior. Then we get on to doing the engines and the exhausts and putting the helicopter together and putting the bottom on it. Then the nose comes after that with the glass and whether you want your doors open or closed. There are quite a few holes that need to be drilled on this, depends on what scheme you go for and what bits you want added to your helicopter. So the tail actually comes separate from the main fuselage. You have to stick that together and then attach it to the helicopter itself. Then we've got a few more odds and sods and weaponry now that we can put onto the aircraft. And again, once you've done that, we will pretty much be there. So then it comes onto the weapons on the doors. These are the holes that you need to pre-drill before you put the fuselage together, and then add in the windows and doors to the front of the cockpit, windscreen wipers, and all the other ancillaries that go on with the radars and handrails and all sorts like that. So all in all, this is looking like a very well thought out kit by Airfix again. There's a few more details there if you want to stop and pause. These are quite important depending on how you want your rotor head fitted. So the rotor head is made up with quite a few parts, and again you can have the rotor head out or you can have it in, depending on your preference. I think I'm going to have mine in this time, just so that I've got a little bit of space. I may order a second rotor head just so that I've got two different variations of it, that I can have it open or closed. But it looks quite nice with the rotor heads closed in as well. So there's a few more aerials and holders for the rotor heads, or the rotor blades I should say, and that's quite a smart little touch. I've not seen that on any other helicopters apart from the Lynx. So here's the decal sheet. As you can see, there are a lot of decals to go on, and a lot of them are very small, but it's well worth putting them all on to get a really good finish on your aircraft. With saying that, let's have a look at the first bag. So let's open up the glass and see what we've got. So from first glance it looks good. Then we'll take it out of the bag, and yeah, there's a few little marks on it, nothing that won't wipe off with a cloth. And all in all, Airfix have done a really good job with their glass as always. I don't think I've really had an Airfix kit with a really bad set of glass on it. They've all been really good, really clear, and that's what we expect from Airfix anyway. So the fuselage, sprue A I think this is, very detailed. So there are some raised panel lines and some indented panel lines on this helicopter, so it really makes the helicopter pop. And as I said, the tail is separate to the main fuselage body, unlike the Sea King that they've done, which is one piece, apart from the end of the tail where you have to decide whether you want that folded in or not. The underside of the helicopter, I'm just trying to get the lighting right on this one guys, but it is very detailed, a really nice detail. Again, just like the Sea King, it's very detailed. Really pleased with this so far. Again, the interior, they've done this sort of hatched cross-sectional foam look, and again the tail rotor has got some nice detail. The interior has all got this cross-hatch stuff, and then there's a few little bits you can paint up and make them stand out. So that's the part number for the sprue, and that is sprue D. So the bench seats are already pre-formed, which is good because they really are a pain to put the feet on them if you have to. The tail rotor is a one-piece tail rotor, which again is good. They've really thought about this. The engines and the exhausts, and we've all got some raised detail on them. There's the interior cockpit seats and the rotor blades themselves. I really like the shape of these rotor blades. They're really cool. So all in all, I'm really looking forward to building this one. So we move on to another sprue, and this one is sprue B. So we've got the exhausts and the covers and the vents for the exhausts. They look good. I've not really seen these before on the Lynx, but they're on this one and they look really good. Those are the machine gun mounts for the rear doors, and then a load of the other add-ons, missiles and holders for the missiles as well. And then we've got the skids there. So this helicopter's got skids like the AH-7, sorry, the AH-60 that I built, and we're really looking forward to building this one, guys. So that was the end of our review on the Westland Lynx AH-7. If you'd like to have any more details, please whack a comment in the comment box below. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe for us, guys. It costs you nothing, and it really helps the channel. So thanks, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.